I think there's a pretty good chance people don't read that stuff. If they're into it, they're into it. They pay, they do their thing. I just think it's important. Maybe read that so you can make the choice that you suggest, Alale. So,
Absolutely.
Jeffrey, we know what happens then. They get this connection. Now they got the guy in custody. They're going to get his DNA, and then bing, they can match it to what they found at the site. Is that your understanding of what might happen here?
Well, it's so much more nefarious than that because it's not necessarily his personal choice to put his DNA on there. And because he didn't protect it, he's not doing his duty to himself. They are going at people up to the fourth degree, and I'm sure it'll move further out over time. So that means that my fourth cousin in some city who I've never heard of, I've never met, they decide they want to know what their 23andMe is or any of these sites. And God forbid I've done something. Suddenly I am caught by some relative's decision. This is within the bounds of the law, okay? But what's within the bounds of the law doesn't make it right. This is a privacy interest that we all have. It'd be as if my relatives could suddenly give the password to my phone and let the cops into my phone. No, this is mine. I choose who gets to see it. My DNA should be no different. To say that you can go in and let somebody else's choice, who you've had zero say so in, decide what happens to your DNA is ridiculous. It's as if my neighbors could put my trash on the corner for me and decide what I leave out there for public viewing. This is really dangerous. This is the wave of the future. This is why I have begged my wife not to do this, and she still did it, because you never know who you're turning in and for what. And that's a huge, huge problem. It's something that privacy advocates are not involved in. It's something our Congress is not talking about. And it's something that we should be. Because if we do value DNA as evidence, we need to make sure, number one, it's above board. Like you said, they don't have the same storage requirements that the government does. And number two, we need to make sure that our DNA is private in the sense that it's not always going to be law enforcement digging their claws into it. It's going to be eventually private companies digging their claws into it to use DNA as they see fit. And you're right, nobody reads this fine print. Nobody reads when you get an email saying that the fine print's been updated, okay? And you can't be expected to. It's too long. Most people are not lawyers, and they can't even understand what's in front of them. This is so dangerous, and I couldn't be more against it if I tried.